Hello everyone, thank you for watching this video. As many of you have requested, I'm in the process of creating a video series for Microsoft Azure platform, and this video series covers the different tracks that are at Microsoft Azure platform, such as Azure Administrator, DevOps Engineer, and Azure Security Engineer and Solution Architect. And these sessions are going to be based on the real-time use cases and scenarios. And this is going to be a day one session. And in this session, I'm going to talk about these roles. And I'm going to show you or walk you through these roles in the Azure Microsoft documentation. And I will explain you the difference between these, roles. So let's get started. So there are various roles you have on Azure, and this is our browse phase, certification by role. And so which is more suitable for you is based on your previous experience, whether you have experience or not having experience, you can choose which domain is more suitable for you. So I will start with the administrator. If you are having experience into the IT infrastructure, or you don't have experience into the IT infrastructure, this is the right place to start, because this is something that you hear in day in, day out. You will hear about server, you will hear about network in day-to-day life, right? Even if you are not working also, you will hear about this. And it doesn't require much of coding knowledge or scripting knowledge, right? So that's why it's easy for everybody to get started the career into the administrator. Okay. And this is Azure administration path, and AI engineer and remaining app market, business user, data analyst. These are related to the, this is AI related and it's application related, business user and business and data side. If you have experience into the data analytics, business analyst experience, right, and you have some data modeling experience, data mining experience, for you maybe AI and data engineer is the right path to choose. Okay. But the other app, if you're an app developer and you have some experience into the M365 or Microsoft Dynamics kind of roles, you can go with the business user and data analyst and data engineer side. Data scientist, if you are experienced into the machine learning and R programming and more of analytics side, then you can go for data scientist. If you are a core developer, like you are a C# developer, web developer, you have experience into the Java or any other one of the programming languages, developer is one of the role you can choose it. So this is Azure developer role, Azure data engineer role, data scientist role, and Azure AI engineer roles. The other one is a DevOps engineer role. Okay, so this is a little bit of tricky. Whether you have experience into the development or not, you can always go for the DevOps engineer role. The DevOps engineer role can also be, the engineer who has experience in administration, who wanted to learn Azure, though they don't have experience into the IT, they can go for administrator or DevOps engineer as well. Okay, any one of them, they can choose it. And the functional consultant, like you have experience in Dynamics 365 or Microsoft Dynamics, SharePoint, you can go with this functional consultant roles. Security engineer is again comes under the administration path. You can also go for security engineer. There is a solution architect role, so which covers everything here. So eventually, if you look at the course of administrator, DevOps engineer, security engineer, and solution architect, this is what we are going to cover, almost all of them. Okay. So if I go for a, administrator certifications, what you have Azure administrator certifications, you have Azure admin, Azure fundamentals. This is the admin role. I'm selecting admin role and browsing the certifications. You have administrator associate and fundamentals. You have Microsoft Stack, you have a VDI specialist, and you have SAP specialist, you have cybersecurity architect expert, and the identity and access management expert, and Windows Server. So as part of our course, we will be learning the administrator associate fundamentals, and we'll also learn Azure Virtual Desktop specialty as well, and we'll learn the security architect experts, and we will learn the identity and access management, and we'll touch base on Windows Server and Hyper-V as well, so as part of our course. But we'll not be touch base on SAP workload specialities and Azure Stack Hub, because we don't have the workloads to test it and we cannot implement this as well. Okay, so under the administrators, we are covering most of the components. Okay, if I go for the DevOps engineer, there are two things here. One is the certified Power Platform App Maker Associate. This is more of a Power BI data analysis side, which we don't even touch, but we will be touch base on DevOps engineer expert, where we will be talking about Azure DevOps tools and ARN templates, Terraform, and a couple of other components. Okay, so this is also covered as part of this training. We'll be covering the DevOps engineer expert as well. So this is a course, and what you can see, what they are Microsoft is suggesting, key components we will be covering as part of our course. Okay, and if I go for solution architect, so there is a one area of specialization for Cosmos DB which we don't touch. We will touch base on solution architect. That is what we are focusing more. And cybersecurity architect, anyways, we are going to touch base of it. But SAP, Power Platform, and Cosmos DB, this is not even related to us. We'll not even touch them. Okay. If I go to security engineer roles, you see cybersecurity engineer associate, cybersecurity solution architect, and this is all already covered. Okay, so we'll be covering the security as well. If I go back to this again, you will be learning administrator, you'll be learning DevOps engineer, you'll be learning security engineer, you'll be learning solution architect. I would say even developer, there are a couple of service which we are going to learn as well as part of this course. So this is what we are going to cover as part of these are the roles you will be playing. If you learn the course end of the day, you will be able to handle any requirement coming into these areas. You'll be able to handle them. Okay. So just to give you at a high level view, whatever I spoke about it, when it comes to the real IT infrastructure, where it is going to fit. Okay, where exactly you're going to play those things, right? So in an IT organization, let us take an example. So there is a team called build team. Okay, there will be a team called operations team. Okay, there will be a team called architect team, and there will be one more team called DevOps team. Okay, so just just take an example. You are a company working for a company where you are going to develop an application, and that application is acquired by used by multiple end users or multiple companies, right? So each application that you are going to purchase, or your customers are going to purchase, you are going to put them in the infrastructure components. So there will be application team who are experts on developing the application, configuring the application. They will be raising a request to you to spin up the infrastructure. Okay, the request will go to the build team, where they are going to get a request, maybe in the form of a ticketing tool, or maybe in the form of email. So they will get a request, and the team is going to review the request. Okay, they are going to build the infrastructure. Okay, let's say they build the infrastructure. Infra is built for the application. Okay, so let's say for the application you need one application, two application servers, and two database servers, and let's say two batch servers, or maybe a couple of other servers, right, as an example. Right, and this is for one environment. Let's say one production environment. You might have like multiple environments, dev, test, prod. So if I say for each environment 6 servers, you are going to have approximately 3 environments, like 18 servers. Okay, so which means the team who is called build team is going to build 18 servers, and once the servers are built, they are going to hand over this to application team. They're going to say, hey, we built 18 servers for you, and now it's time for you to configure the application. At the same time, they are going to inform to the operations team, we built these 18 servers and we validated the servers and we have given to the application team. Okay, so then the request goes to operations team, and operations team is the one who is going to manage them for a lifetime. Okay, so what the build team does, they create the servers, they install the required tools like antivirus, and they install the monitoring tools. Okay, they install the any other security components that are needed, and everything they'll install and give it to them. And application team will install the application, configure the application, they do all these things, right? Then operation team, what they do is they take care of regular activity. They ensure that these 18 servers are online all the time, do not have any interruptions, which means like no unexpected reboots, nobody deletes the VM. Okay, and nobody hack the servers, security, right? And ensure that the servers are online, up to date with the patches, security patches, critical patches. So they take care of everything. In case if somebody says they are not able to access the server, they try to troubleshoot. Okay, then they'll try to fix the problems that are experiencing, let's say performance issues, connectivity issues, various things, right? Then that's the operations team. Then they take care of entire life cycle of applications and servers, right? So then where is architecture team is coming? Where is DevOps team is coming? And where is your role is going to fit? We talked about multiple roles couple of minutes ago, right? Where exactly you're going to fit? You will be fit under the build team. So build team and operations team, you'll be fit under architecture team, you'll be fit under the DevOps team. How I will tell you. First, let's understand what is the role of architecture. We understand the role of build team and operations team. Let us understand the role of architecture team. Okay, the same application one. Okay, so you are developing an application. This application need to be hosted in the cloud first of all. Okay, so who is going to take this decision? Okay, if I want to build the application in the cloud, how should I build? Should I go with the infrastructure components or PaaS components or any other models? If I go with the infrastructure components, what should be the location? What should be the security measurements? What should be the naming standards? So we call this entire process, right? This definition, defining these things, we call it as a landing zone creation. Okay, this landing zone creation or defining this landing zone is being taken care by architecture team. This is a one-time activity, I would say, right? They build this entire landing zone. Okay, so and so network components has to be involved, and we should have VMs located in the central US location and east US location. The communication should go through a firewall, and there is another firewall. There will be load balancer. There will be a traffic manager. There will be a backup solution. There will be a DR solution. Many things are there, right? So they will define this architecture. Okay. Then once this is defined, the daily request coming, and build team will get a request saying application one. Application one, they'll go for the architecture document. Okay, application one, this needs to do app services with a specific size, DB servers with a specific size, batch servers with a specific size, in a specific location, specific subscription. They just choose those values and deploy it. Then operation team make a checklist out of this architecture diagram. Okay, the VM should be in a specific location only. It cannot go beyond, it cannot be deployed different location, right? And I should have certain standards to be followed. The operation team will have a checklist, day-to-day checklist, they'll just follow it. Okay, that's about the operations team. Whatever architect team is defining, the both teams are following. Here is the challenge, to deploy these 18 servers. This for one application, one customer. There can be multiple customers, multiple applications, will be created in deployed in Azure, and these 18 servers built and validation, installing these applications may take 1 week of time. 10 days of time. Eventually, the customer will be complaining to application team, or a project manager will complain saying, hey, application is not delivered yet. So there will be a lot of escalations. There has been a lot of escalations. And the other escalations, like, build team is building the servers in a wrong subscription, wrong naming standards. They are deploying a VMs with the wrong VM SKU, or, different size, many other issues. All human errors are happening, right? So that's why the DevOps team has come into the picture. So what they do is they created templates. Okay, they created templates in simple words, right? What DevOps team do is they'll create templates. Okay, application one needs two servers, as you know, right? Two app servers, and two DB and two batch servers. Okay, what I was talking about is the DevOps engineer role, right? So what they do is they'll try to help us by creating this work into a template and automating this build process. Okay, so if I need to deploy this application, I need two app servers, two database servers, two batch servers. So what they do is they will, in the template, they are going to specify, okay, for application servers, please use Windows Server 2012 R2 operating system. For DB servers, please use SQL Server operating system and with application installed. For a batch servers, let's use 2016 operating system. Okay, so whatever the architect team is defining, so they are going to specify this, and the location should be, okay, location should be east to west as a primary location, or maybe they'll try to list out a couple of feasible location. It's a central US, east US, and all. Okay, and they will also specify what should be the VM size. Okay, for the application servers, what should be the VM size? For DB servers, what should be the VM size? And likewise, all the parameters, okay, that the team is selecting while deploying the VM manually, they are going to automate this process. So when they're automating this process, there is no human errors happening. There is no error like, the wrong operating system is being chosen, wrong location is being chosen, wrong VM size is being chosen. There are no issues like that now. They will not occur anyways, because this has been parameterized, or this is called a template. Your team is just going to modify few values, let's say just a VM name, just choosing an application. Okay, just choose there will be a self-service portal that has been built by your developer. In the self-service portal, the build team will just log in. They'll say, okay, application one, location, just choose location as east to west, then click on submit. When you click on submit, everything will happen in the background, and the infrastructure is going to build. What is going to happen? The application servers are going to be deployed, DB servers, batch servers are going to be deployed into the Azure subscription. Your antivirus solution is deployed, monitoring solution deployed. Everything is automated. How it is automated? Using these templates. What templates are we using? There are two things. One is ARN templates. Okay. The other one is Terraform. So these are the two the DevOps tool, automation tools, automation services that most of the companies are using it. There are other core DevOps tools, like you have Jenkins, you have Puppet, Chef, and Kubernetes. Different things are coming up, but to automate this infrastructure deployment, we are going to use this ARN templates in Terraform. And how we are going to automate this process? Now we deployed a self-service portal where the team is going to choose these two options, right? So the self-service portal will eventually connect it to a backend service that is called DevOps portal. Okay, there is Azure DevOps portal, which is the solution of Microsoft Azure DevOps portal that will have integration. And in this portal, you have the code or this templates placed, and there are pipelines created. Whenever these guys are click on submit, the code is connected to this backend service, and the code is going to be fetched from here, and pipelines are going to be selected, and the code is going to execute, and infrastructure is going to be built. So in this case, you understand the role of a DevOps engineer. They are here to automate these problems. Okay, they automate this. They deploy the infrastructure. Then they say, okay, I'm done with my work. Then still operations team is there. The DevOps team cannot automate the daily issues. Let's say VM connectivity issues, DevOps team cannot automate. Performance issues, DevOps team cannot automate, right? Somebody like an administrator has to log into the portal and look at the performance metrics, maybe look at the network connectivity things. They somebody have to log into the server and check it. They can automate this infrastructure build operations, but they cannot automate the operations team activities. They may try to automate few things, few activities that Azure admin can do it, but not everything, right? That is why still there are Azure admin openings or opportunities are exist, though the DevOps concept is introduced, the automation is introduced. Okay, so this is one of the method where we are going to use the application in the infrastructure and how we automate this, and this is where your role is going to be placed. You will be a part of a build team if you're a L1 engineer, and if you're a L2 or L3 engineer, you will be part of operations team. If you have more experience and expertise, you'll also be joining as a technical architect or a senior consultant roles, and you have some experience on DevOps, then you also be part of a DevOps team. So nowadays, people are looking for basics of Azure and experience on Azure administration components, some knowledge on DevOps tools, and some good understanding about the architecture solutions. So I'm going to teach you the end-to-end stuff here. End of the day, you are a perfect fit for the L1 or L2 role in Azure. You are a perfect fit for the L3 and Azure DevOps. You may not be 100% fit for the architect because this can only come with your experience. Okay, but you will be able to answer almost all the questions, and you will be able to understand the business requirements. How do we design, what solutions we have to think about, how do you create a landing zone, how do you perform the assessment? All these things will be reviewed, and you will be able to understand them. In case if there is any opportunity, within your teams or within your company, you can always apply for these roles. All right. By this time, I believe you might have got an idea about the different roles at Microsoft Azure platform and what we are going to discuss in upcoming videos. In case if you have any questions or have any clarification required, please do reach out to me. I'm happy to assist you further. Thank you once again for your time and patience on this. See you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.